Danube runs red. Smoke rises from shattered towers. Crusader banners flutter, torn by the wind. It is the year 1428, and the armies of Hungary face the Ottoman tide at Golubac fortress. Among them stands a man, not a king, not a pope, but a warrior cloaked in a mantle bearing the symbol of a coiled dragon. His oath is not just to any crown, but to something older, something secret. This is the Order of the Dragon, and its bloodline would one day give birth to Dracula. The Order of the Dragon was born in fire, created by the Holy Roman Emperor Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, on December 13th, 1408. But this was no ordinary knightly order. It was forged not only to defend the Christian world from the ever-expanding Ottoman Empire, but to protect the power of its founders. It was a weapon cloaked in piety, and its symbol, a coiled dragon biting its own tail, was as much a warning as it was a vow. Sigismund was no fool. He had seen the collapse of the Eastern Roman Empire and knew the Ottomans were no passing threat. To survive, he would need loyal warlords, men bound by faith and fear, who would die to preserve Christian Europe and his dynasty. Beside him stood his wife, Queen Barbara of Celje, equally ambitious and cunning. She was among the few women to be inducted into the order, an early sign that this was not a typical band of chivalry. This was a political instrument. To join the order was not merely to pledge fealty. It was to become part of a brotherhood that swore absolute loyalty to Christendom's defense. Knights would gather in shadowed halls, kneel before a relic, and swear an oath upon a sword, an oath that often demanded the impossible. Over time, the order became a magnet for Eastern European princes, desperate to prove their loyalty or their usefulness to the Western Christian kings. Among them was Vlad II Dracul. In 1431, Sigismund bestowed the dragon emblem upon Vlad II, ruler of Wallachia, a volatile region caught between Catholic Europe and the Islamic East. In doing so, he gave Vlad the name Dracul, meaning the dragon in Latin. To the people of Wallachia, the name became something more, a symbol of royal authority, divine mission, and righteous fury. And when Vlad's son was born, he would become Vlad Dracula, son of the dragon. But the world would come to know him as something darker still. Wallachia was no safe kingdom. It was a cauldron of treachery. Surrounded by enemies, Vlad II played both sides, at times siding with the Ottomans, other times calling upon the order. But this duplicity had a cost. He was eventually captured and executed, and his sons taken hostage. Among them, young Vlad III, barely a teenager, hardened in Ottoman courts, filled with hatred and ambition. He would reclaim his throne through blood and terror. When Vlad Dracula returned, he brought hell with him. He didn't just rule Wallachia, he cleansed it. Traitors, rivals, and invaders met the stake by the thousands. His enemies called him a monster. But to the secret oath of the dragon, he was fulfilling its purpose: defend the realm at any cost. To his followers, Vlad was more than a prince. He was God's vengeance made flesh, a dragon in human skin. As centuries passed, the line between history and myth blurred. The Order of the Dragon faded into whispers, but its most infamous member, Vlad Dracula, lived on in legend, in fear, in the pages of Bram Stoker's imagination. The Oath of the Dragon had birthed not just a prince, but a creature of eternal darkness. To this day, the dragon still marks ancient walls and forgotten vaults across Eastern Europe. Historians debate whether the order truly vanished or merely slipped into the shadows, reborn under new names, in new wars, for new empires. But one thing remains certain. The legacy of the dragon did not die with Vlad. It evolved, and in the right bloodline, it may yet rise again. Was the Order of the Dragon a holy brotherhood, a cult of power-hungry elites, or the seed of something far more monstrous? The truth, like Dracula's shadow, still lingers in the dark.